Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the Tristan Show. I am so happy that you're here. Here's a cookie for even clicking on the video. Happy to have you amongst the audience here. The first thing that we're going to be doing on today's lesson is going to go ahead and give a thanks to the universe for all the blessings and abundance that has given to us. I mean, if you're watching this right now, you are absolutely blessed to have an internet connection and to have the drive and the desire to increase the quality of your life. As you can tell by the title of this video, How to Stop Hating Your Life and Save Your Soul. This is a very special topic to me personally, because throughout my journey on self-development and throughout my journey as just a human being trying to become a better version of himself, I find myself more often than not thinking, what can I do better? Why do I hate myself? Why do I hate the life that I live? Even when I hit these milestones that I thought was going to make me happy, I look back at my life and be like, this is not what I want. Go ahead and give yourself a pat on the back and say, thank you, universe, for everything that has been given to you to this point. If you are here right now, you are alive and you have an opportunity to make your life better, and that's exactly what we're going to be doing today. So without further ado, let's go jump into this video. How to stop hating your life and save your soul. We're going to start with the end in mind. Basically, there's going to be an overview at the end, but first what we're going to be doing is understanding the core concept of this. The divide between your expectation of life and your reality of life is the definition of happiness, sadness, frustration, or ecstasy. And what does that even mean? So as human beings, with the inflated egos that we have and the inflated expectation of what life is supposed to be because of Instagram, because of Twitter, because of Snapchat, people showing their highlights, we have this glorified version of what the frick life is supposed to be, and we have our reality or perspective of reality, and the divide between those two places is what we call either happiness, sadness, frustration. It's the source of all pain right here, what we expect and what we have, or what we perceive that we have. So what we're going to be doing today is figuring out where it is that we are, where it is that we want to go, the checkpoints that we need to create between the two, and the daily activities that we can make, and the daily activities that we can create, and the daily activities that we can accomplish to go ahead and start ticking that off. And just a fair warning to you, this video is an example of me doing just that. My expectation of where I should be in life, and my reality and my perspective of where I am in life. And there's a YouTube video right here, boop, that I need to go ahead and check off and help better your life. So let's go ahead and jump into the first step right here. I think the biggest step for me that was a complete game changer is figuring out what it is that's making you sick. For me, to give you guys a little bit of a background, I do so much work on my phone, quote unquote work. You know what it is, TikTok, I call that research. Looking at Instagram, I call that networking. But this morning I woke up without my phone. I haven't even looked at my phone yet today, and I'm here making a YouTube video. One of the biggest realizations that was making me sick, that was feeding to my sex addiction, that was feeding to my addiction to all these negative things in life, was my phone. So the biggest habit that was making me sick, and we're gonna go ahead and figure out what's the biggest habit that's making you sick. It could be your phone as well. It could be your addiction to social media. It could be your addiction to something that's happening in that handheld device. I know for me, it was huge. It was an absolute game changer. Go ahead and remove that from my life. I have my laptop here. I set my alarm on my laptop. I didn't know that I could do that. I have all my calls and all my text messages forwarded to my laptop now. And look at me, I'm making a YouTube video. I made a YouTube video. It's so dang long, ladies and gentlemen. So figuring out what it is that is making you sick. What is that one thing that you can remove from your life this very moment that is going to go ahead and change your life for the better drastically? Because there's 100 different things that you can do, but there's only one thing that's going to be number one in removing, that's going to go ahead and increase your productivity, your expectations for life, your happiness exponentially. And for me, that was my phone. Another thing that was really just damaging me, and it was connected to my phone as well, was figuring out what time I was waking up and what time I was going to sleep. Like, those two things were so correlated, and they were getting knocked off of track because of my phone. Write it down right now. What is the number one thing that you can remove from your life? What is the number one thing that is keeping you from progressing towards the life that is that you want to create? And then go ahead and take the steps necessary to remove that from your life. And that's going to bring us into number two: construct a life that takes the sickness causing the trigger out. So when I was in rehab, I learned a lot about addiction, and I found out that, my sex addiction was a secular thing. Like, you have the trigger, you have the stimulus, you have the response, you have the ritual, and then you have the regret, the feeling of sorrow, and then you go ahead and have that trigger again. It's very cyclical. What it is that you need to do to go ahead and create a better life for yourself is take yourself out of that environment that causes the trigger. If you're addicted to pornography, what apps are you pulling up? Where in the zone zone do you find yourself falling into that hypnotic trance that puts us into the zone that allows us to go ahead and masturbate aggressively, that allows us to overeat, that allows us to, do the drugs that we're not supposed to be doing in the situations that we're not supposed to be in. It's creating a life and constructing a life that takes that trigger out. If you know that if you hang around this person at X time, at Y time, you're going to find yourself doing the activities that you don't want to do, you need to create a situation, create a setting, creating an environment for yourself that removes that trigger as much as possible. Sometimes it's not immediately possible, but we're going to jump into this right now. You can't afford not to make that change. Whatever it is that's making you want to end your life like it did for me, whatever it is that is causing you so much pain, so much sorrow, you can't afford not to change. I have a great quote here: cut you off your hand if it makes you sin. This is from the Bible. I used to think, oh, that's crazy, that's over the top, but it's so true. If your hand physically makes you sin, if it makes you go ahead and do these activities that are detrimental to your life, if a person around you makes you do activities that are detrimental to your life or even lead you to a life that you do not want to live, you need to take that person out, cut it out immediately. You can't afford not to. We only have so much time on this planet. It's finite. There's a shot clock above my head right now that's going to eventually run out, and it's the same for you. And it's one of the most freeing things ever, is knowing that you're going to die one day. But how do you want to spend your life? And you need to just snip it like cancer. Find out what it is. For me, it was my phone. For me, it was just being on my phone. And after I make this video, I'm not going back to my phone. I'm going to figure out something that I can do to be productive and keep on building on the success that I already have. The outside pressures of the world are too strong and too consistent to try and fight them head on. Play smarter, not harder. I know for me and myself, my phone was just causing me to go and do these negative activities, whether it be dating apps, whether it be Instagram, whether it be TikTok, for hours and hours and hours. So I removed it from the situation. It's in the other room right now. I'm not even here for it. It's so hard. You're going against billion-dollar companies like Instagram, billion-dollar companies like TikTok that are engineered to go ahead and get you into that negative zone that makes you fall into a hypnotic trance that gets you repeating over and over and over and over again. So don't fight them head on. Don't fight them head on. If you absolutely need your phone, turn off your notifications, do whatever it is that you need to do. And you already know what it is that you need to do. If you're watching this video right now, you know what it is that you need to do. So find that number one thing and remove it. Cut it out. For me, it was my phone. I'm going to keep on hammering it back. For whatever it is for you, find it, cut it out immediately. If it's a person, hey, sorry, gone. Deuces. So step number 3, understanding where you're weak. This is just that number one weakness point once again. Forget the number of days. Forget the number of days that you're going to be doing this. This is a new lifestyle. When I was in rehab, there was a counting of days for sobriety. And when I got out, I realized years later that, hey, we're not out here counting days. We're out here counting years. We're counting lifestyles. It's not even a count anymore. This is a brand new envelopment of life that we're going to be living. Forget the days. If you can't drink in moderation, don't drink at all. That's kind of the lifestyle here. If I can't use my phone in moderation, I'm going to use it as little as possible, if not at all. Like if I don't ever use my phone again for whatever reason, I'll be living a happier life. Forget this pie in the sky expectation that I have for I'm going to be a social media star, whoop-de-whoop, blah, blah, blah. I could do everything from my laptop. If I can't do it from my laptop and I'm going to need to go to my phone, it's going to cause me that pain, which isn't just not even worth it. I'm opting in to suffering. Like when I blew up on Twitter, I would opt in and go on to Twitter to receive a tongue lashing for people. And it's just like, oh my goodness, why am I opting in to go ahead and receive this abuse? You need to opt out of your abuse. Opt out from being abused. You just got to do it. If you fall off the horse, understand that you're in the process of reprogramming your mind. That is such an amazing concept to have. Like when you're going ahead and you're reprogramming the life that you're living, you're reprogramming who you are as a human being. You're going to have slip-ups, and understand that not getting mad at yourself for it. Like don't yell at the quarterback of your life. You're the quarterback of your life. Figure out what it is that your goals and take steps towards them. And my goodness, don't yell at yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Understand that you're on the progress, and the progress goes something a little bit like this, and it's going to be an upward progression into success. It's not going to be a straight upward line like you see with a lot of other people's bar graphs. It's all nonsense. So for me, one of the biggest things was eating more food, and the biggest way that I found to eat more food is just to literally count the number of meals that I was having. Instead of trying to go out of my way to eat bigger meals, I was just eating more meals, and it's done so much for my physical health. It's done so much for my weight gain. I weighed in at like 178 2 nights ago, and that was the biggest ever. This is the heaviest I've ever been. I'm dealing with a back injury right now, but it's part of that upward progression. Upward progression is all that we're aiming for here. So count your wins. Count your wins and try and do your best to forget about your losses, because the more that you focus on your wins, the more recurrent that they're going to be coming, and the more powerful they're going to be happening inside of your life. And we're talking about percentages here. All right, there's going to be one day that you're going to be hitting 150, 200%. But if you're starting off at 1%, 0.1%, just know that that you're leading towards something that's beneficial and something that's positive towards your life, that's what the mark of happiness is. And that's how you're going to stop hating your life, is when you realize that you're going 1% better every single day towards a goal that you truly care about, and you're not sitting and spinning your wheels in the mud of the life that you currently have. The life that you currently have is temporary, because everything is changing in life. The life that you're going to have in the future is going to be so much more magnificent, my friend. So much more magnificent, because you're going to take the lessons that you learn from this video and enact them and become a better version of yourself. And that's what happiness is. So in short, we're going to go ahead and do a roundup right here. I wanted to finish with this, is figure out where it is that you are right now. That's step one. Figure out where it is that you are right now. Where is your reality? And then figure out where it is that you're trying to go. Where is the expectation that you have set? These are two things that you need to have written down. These are two things that you need to have in concrete understanding and redefine them every single day. Write down your goals every single day. And what you're going to notice is that your goals are going to change over time, and they're going to become more clear, more precise, more active. You're going to be able to visualize them even deeper. Set up a system of checkpoints to track your progress along your goal. Figure out what it is that you need to hit. If your goal is 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, if your goal is 170 pounds down from 190, figure out what it is. Is it every pound? Is it every subscriber? Is it every 5 pounds? Figure out what your checkpoints are along the way there. Create goals and hit them. Goal creation is something that is so underrated, and it's not even underrated for those that know it. It's just the lack of awareness for those that really want to go ahead and evolve their lives, evolve who they are as human beings. I can't stress this enough. Start writing goals. There's a video by Vibo that says how to get anything that you want. Watch that video, write down the goals setting accomplishment guide, and it's just going to change your life. You're seeing living proof of it right here. I'm making a video for you guys that I haven't done for a long time. At the end of the day, it's all about becoming better. It's all about becoming just a little bit better than we were yesterday. And the days go by so much faster the older that you get. The days go by so quickly. So wake up earlier. Take advantage of the time that you have. Love yourself. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for coming to this point in the video. If you gotten here, here's a cookie. Here's a digital reward for your dopamine. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you like this video. Hit the like button if you like that video. I love you guys so very much. Thank you so very much. Let's go ahead and have a wonderful day together. Peace.